The Angkor Empire, the empire of stone and water. Deep within the forests of Cambodia, where morning fog wraps the temples like a sacred veil, stands the heart of one of humanity's greatest civilizations, the Angkor Empire. For over 600 years, the Khmer people built the largest pre-industrial city on Earth, controlled water like no other empire in history, and carved mountains of sandstone into temples that touch the heavens. This is the story of Angkor, the birth of an empire, 802 AD. The Angkor Empire began in 802 AD when Jayavarman II performed the sacred Devaraja ritual on Phnom Kulen. In this ceremony, he proclaimed, "Cambodia is independent, the Khmer lands are unified, and he is the Devaraja, the God King, the earthly form of Shiva." This moment created the Angkor Empire. It established a centralized monarchy, a divine kingship system, a vision of an eternal civilization guided by cosmic order. From here, the empire expanded across the region. Foundation of Angkor, 9th to 10th century. After declaring Khmer unity, Jayavarman II founded the first Angkor capital near present-day Roluos. This early era built the foundation of Angkor's world, Temple Mountain symbolizing Mount Meru, home of the gods, royal berets, vast reservoirs representing the cosmic seas, a road network linking the kingdom kings like Indravarman I, Yasovarman I, and Rajendravarman built temples such as Bakong Preah Kolole, Phnom Bakeng, East Mebon Prerup. These early structures show mastery of brick, laterite, sandstone, adoption of Hindu cosmology. Increasing control of water and agriculture, Angkor slowly grew into a mighty city, the water civilization. Water was the lifeblood of Angkor. While other civilizations built walls, the Khmer built water systems. Reservoirs the size of lakes, berets, networks of canals, dikes, spillways, and flood control channels, irrigated rice fields stretching endlessly. The East Beret and West Beret, each several kilometers long, stored millions of cubic meters of water. This system allowed multiple rice harvests, support for over 750,000 people, expanded trade. A powerful army at its height, Angkor was the largest city on Earth in the medieval world.
Wow, so beautiful day. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Angkor Wat. This is Kim. I'm here. My passion is to share this amazing history temple of Angkor Wat to the world, including culture, history, everyday life to the world. Angkor Wat is one of the largest religious temples on earth. Also, is one of the largest single masterpieces of engineering on the planet. It is larger than any European cathedrals, including Notre Dame in France, Paris. So it's truly one of the largest architects ever built in human history. So I'm so proud, truly to be born as Khmer in Cambodia. This is only one Angkor Wat in the world is in Cambodia. King Jayavarman, he was power from 1112 to 1150, was 40 years. He spent his entire life of him to build Angkor Wat, which is Angkor Wat were replicated of Mount Meru. Mount Meru is the home of God in the Hindu mythologies. In the center of the universe, which is surrounded by water, it's like the ocean, and the moat, which is like the ocean, and the wall will represent of mountain range of the Hindu mythologies. So King Jayavarman used Angkor Wat for his own mausoleum, So this is more like a mausoleum. It's facing west to the Vishnu. Vishnu, one of the most powerful gods, is on the west of their universe as well. Jayavarman II, he is not kind of avatars, but in some way he is one of their, he's connected to their, to the Vishnu. So it's pretty much Angkor Wat dedicated to Vishnu God. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to show you more inside. I'm super exciting to get up early. The light's so beautiful. Wow.
Jayavarman I and the consolidation of power around the 11th century, Jayavarman I strengthened the empire after years of internal conflict. He unified the kingdom, expanded borders into Laos and Thailand, improved administration, built temples across the land. He laid the administrative foundation that would support Angkor's golden age, Jayavarman II, and the creation of Angkor Wat, 12th century. Angkor reached its architectural peak with Jayavarman II, builder of Angkor Wat, the most iconic temple of the Khmer Empire. Angkor Wat is the largest religious monument in the world, aligned perfectly with the sun and stars, a massive microcosm of the Hindu universe, decorated with over 12,000 square meters of bas-reliefs. The 5 towers symbolize the 5 peaks of Mount Meru. The moat symbolizes the cosmic ocean. The galleries record gods, demons, and the king's achievements. Angkor Wat was both a political statement of Khmer supremacy and the king's eternal funerary temple. It represented the empire at its most glorious, the Cham invasion, and the empire's darkest day, 1177. In 1177, tragedy struck. The Cham kingdom launched a devastating naval attack. Their warships traveled up the Mekong and Tonle Sap, surprising Angkor by River Thay. Burned parts of the capital, killed nobles, occupied the city for several years. The empire was shaken to its core. But from this destruction rose Angkor's greatest king, Jayavarman VII, the Golden Age, 1181 to 1218. Jayavarman VII defeated the Cham and restored the empire with unmatched passion and power. He was a devout Mahayana Buddhist, and he built more than any king before or after him. He constructed Angkor Thom, the new 9-square-kilometer capital Bayon, with over 200 stone faces of serene compassion. Ta Prohm, dedicated to his mother Preah Khan, dedicated to his father Neek Peen, symbol of divine healing, roads and bridges across the empire, 102 hospitals, rest houses for travelers. No king in Cambodian history built more temples, more roads, more hospitals, or left a greater legacy of architecture and compassion. Under him, the Angkor Empire reached its maximum size and strength, the world of Angkor, daily life. Angkor was not just temples, it was a living civilization. Population, farmers, fishermen, artisans, priests, royal officials, soldiers, apsara dancers, astronomers, and architects. Economy, rice was the foundation. Trade with China, India, Sri Lanka. Markets full of pottery, silk, fruits, spices. Technology, iron tools, hydraulic engineering, precise urban planning, bridges and highways, culture, Hindu rituals, Buddhist philosophy, classical Khmer dance sculpture, and stone carving at a world-class level. Angkor was a vibrant super city, alive day and night. Zho Dagwan's visit, 1296 AD. In 1296, the Chinese diplomat Zhou Dagwan visited Angkor. His writings describe kings riding elephants under golden umbrellas, noblewomen wearing gold crowns and silk skirts, apsara dancers at royal ceremonies, grand markets with thousands of people, wooden houses built on stilts, soldiers with spears and shields. His document provides the most detailed eyewitness account of life in the Angkor Empire, decline of the empire, 14th to 15th century. Angkor's decline was slow and complex. Main causes include climate change, mega droughts, followed by massive floods, overuse of the water system, shifts to Theravada Buddhism, changing royal priorities, repeated wars with Siam, Ayutthaya, trade, shifting from inland to coastal cities, internal power struggles. By the mid-1400s, the royal court gradually moved south toward the Phnom Penh region. Angkor was not abandoned overnight. It slowly faded as political and economic power shifted. The temples were swallowed by jungle. The empire that ruled for 600 years slipped into silence. Legacy of Angkor. Today, Angkor remains the spiritual heart of the Khmer people, the symbol of Cambodia, a UNESCO World Heritage treasure, a reminder of the ancient Khmer genius. Its water systems inspire modern engineers. Its architecture inspires artists. Its story inspires millions of Cambodians today. The Angkor Empire may have fallen, but its spirit has never died. From the divine kings of Kulen to the cosmic towers of Angkor Wat to the serene faces of Bayon, the Angkor Empire remains one of the most extraordinary civilizations ever created, a civilization of water, stone, mathematics, astronomy, and divine belief. This is Angkor. This is Cambodia. This is our heritage.